Goal Digger, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. For today's episode, I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do to set yourself up for a 5-figure course launch. Not only are we going to talk about the numbers behind it, I'm actually going to reverse engineer it so you can literally get your daily action plan to know how many messages you need to send out every day, so that way you can build your list up and be able to convert and get those numbers. But we're also going to talk about the psychology behind what you're charging and what that looks like with a 5-figure launch, because we might be able to really 10x those numbers when we make some shifts. So we're going to cover that and more in this episode. Stay tuned. Not talking about program launches, which we typically do at least a 6-figure launch, but I'm specifically focused on course launches, okay? You can apply what I'm going to share with you to program launches. So if you have group coaching, you have an agency, maybe you do VIP days, you can apply this to anything. And I'm going to be talking to you about courses, and I am going to reference coaching programs and things like that, because I do want you to see the power in your numbers working for you. There's 2 ways that you can do this. If you really combine the 2, that's when things can explode. And that's what we've seen in our company. But if you independently can look at these 2 I'm going to share with you right now, it's all going to make sense, okay? You are either dealing with numbers, meaning you have a lot of people that you are marketing to. So this could be a large email list, Facebook group, can be on LinkedIn, YouTube. You might have a lot of subscribers, a lot of connections, people following, maybe even TikTok, okay? Which I think most people don't know how to monetize TikTok, but that's another conversation. So you've got a lot of people that you're marketing to, okay? That they know, the know, like, and trust factor is there. They're on your list. They have subscribed. Like, you've got people, okay? You've got the numbers to your favor. The other thing is where you can really hit the 5-figure launches is when you have, so not say you don't have the numbers, but you have the high ticket. So if you have high ticket, I have had clients and students where they have launched with very little audience, okay? They didn't even have 300 people in their Facebook group, and they've hit 5 figures because their offer was so high, right? So if you don't like math, one thing I will tell you, because I have had lots of people tell me when I start telling them about, numbers and breaking it down, they're like, I don't like math. I don't even know what you're saying. I'm like, well, you're going to learn to like math. Okay. As an entrepreneur, we can't say we don't like math and we don't want someone to handle our bookkeeping and pay taxes. Like, it's just part of being an owner of a company. Okay. So you like math now. Well, you like calculators that can help you. So a 5-figure launch is going to be a $10,000 launch. So we're going to put 10,000 in the calculator. And then what we're going to do is we're going to divide it by a high course number. So let's say you have a course that you sell for $997. Okay. We'll just say 1,000 for easy math. That means you need 10 sales. So if you have a high ticket offer, which $997 is a very high cost for a course. I have seen people do it. I have sold some courses. Actually, I have sold courses at $997, but it took me some time to get there. My point is, it's not that common. If you're new and you're just getting your brand started, getting content out there, starting to, people getting used to buying from you, it's most likely not going to happen right away. It could, depending on, your money mindset and how you see yourself. But most people watching this, you're not going to do $997. But that could be the other way you get to 5 figures very quickly, is with a high ticket offer, $997, or maybe group coaching, private clients. Let's say you sell a $5,000 one-on-one package. You just need 2 to enroll in your one-on-one coaching package to hit 5 figures. Okay. So high ticket means very little clients needed to hit those numbers. And it's harder to sell high ticket depending on where you're at in your journey, right? Where if you have the volume, you could have, thousands of people you're marketing to. And if you have a $100 offer, then you need 100 people, right? Let me just check my math. This is why we have the calculator. Yeah. If you have a $100 offer, you need 100 people to buy it. And I've also done that as well. Okay. So It's going to depend on, do you have the numbers? Do you have the high ticket offer, or you do both? And that's where the magic happens, is when you have high ticket or high numbers, high ticket, boom, that's going to get you there. So in order to have a 5-figure course launch, what you want to do is you want to reverse engineer the numbers. So let's just do, 10,000. Okay. We're going to work this backwards and I'm going to show you what this looks like. You're probably wondering, how many people do you need to be able to get to 5 figures? Like, how many people do you need in your Facebook group or on a highly qualified email list? You can actually work the numbers so you're not just guessing. Okay. So let's just do 10,000 is our 5-figure launch. And let's say we have a course that's $300. Okay. That's a pretty reasonable amount for a course. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking about that price range anyways, but it'll give you some numbers. Okay. We're going to round up. So we need 34 sales. Okay. Now, in order for you to get the 34 sales, you need to figure out your conversion rate. So your conversion rate means if you decide to launch this thing in a Facebook group, maybe you go live talking about it, you do a webinar, how many people do you need? Typically in a Facebook group or with an email list, it's going to be about 2 to 3% are going to convert. Okay. It's totally going to depend on your ability to sell on camera or the way you're positioning this thing, the value, all of that. But just roughly, we'll just say 3%, okay? So that means we would need 1,100 people in a Facebook group or on an email list to have a 5-figure launch. So let me show you what you can do here. So we'll say 1,100 times 3%. Okay, that gives us the 33 sales. Okay, perfect, 34 sales, whatever. 1,100 people in your Facebook group. Let's say right now you have 100 people in your Facebook group and you're like, oh man, she wants me to get 1,000 people. And I've been working on this Facebook group for months and I have 100 people in there. That's because you haven't really worked it. Let's be honest. Okay. Maybe you have, but most likely not. Okay. So we've got 100 people in your Facebook group. We need 1,000 more. Okay. Now watch this. So you say, okay, all I'm going to do, I want to have a 5-figure launch next quarter. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on every day inviting to this Facebook group. So if we've got 1,000 over the course of 3 months, we need to get 333. So about 10 a day. Okay. Into the group, not invited. We need 10 people to come into the group every day. Well, what are some different ways that you can grow your Facebook group? Well, we actually teach this inside of our programs. We have an entire curriculum or semester in the curriculum on Facebook group growth. It's huge. It's a huge, huge part of how I've grown my business. And if you actually look at others you follow, they probably have very large Facebook groups or highly engaged Facebook groups. 10 invited and accepted into the group. So we need 10 added to the group every day. We did this over a course of 3 months. So a quarter, the end of the quarter, we could add 1,000 people in. Wouldn't that change your whole life, right? Well, what you want to do is say, okay, how do I get those people in? Well, you need stuff in the Facebook group that you can invite to. So again, we teach all of this, but are you doing stuff in your Facebook group? Guest expert series, interview series? Are you putting exclusive content in your Facebook group? Are you doing challenges, masterclasses, awesome webinars? What is happening in the Facebook group that you can DM people inviting to? You never want to invite people to a group in a generic way. Nobody wants to be added to another Facebook group or your email list. They don't want to be opted into another email list. So what is the carrot that you can dangle? A lead magnet that can attract them to you through your Facebook group or an email list or a texting list. Okay. So you might say, all right, well, if I ask every person I ask, half of them get into the group. Okay. Well, that means you need to send 20 messages a day. Comment below. Can you commit to 20 messages below, 20 invites below? By the way, if you're sitting here going, well, I don't have time to message people, you can pay a VA to do messaging for you. Okay. We again teach you how to do this. We give you the scripts and all the things. And messaging and inviting every single day is going to move the needle. It's very exciting. So now you have some numbers to work with. Okay. If we invite 20 people a day, half of them convert and get into the Facebook group. We're starting to add new people every day. The group is growing. The excitement is there. The engagement is there. And then when you are ready to launch, you get that number you need that you know you can convert, boom, you're going to have a 5-figure launch. And in the interim, you're going to think about your offer. Are you going to go the course route? Are you going to go a lower ticket item? I don't recommend doing that. I recommend going for group coaching and agency, one-on-one coaching. Let's get some higher ticket offers in there. Sure, you can have courses and things like that you launch. and bring people into your world, but you're going to really be making the bigger revenue generating opportunities are going to come from the higher ticket options. Okay. So be thinking about that. You might have to level up your money mindset. You might have to start thinking differently, the value that you see. What you're charging is just a reflection of how you see yourself. So you just might need to do some mindset work, which also we do teach as well. So come hang out with us in our programs and we'll be happy to help you out with that. Okay. So I know what I just taught you normally would take me like an hour to teach. And we did it in 10 minutes. So you might have to go back and watch this, okay? If this was helpful, hit the subscribe button wherever you're watching this. Follow me on social. Take a screenshot and share it in your stories and tag me. I would love to shout you out for that. And I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.